Hey everybody, Tom Curley here, an independent developer working on Memento Vivi, a 2D action platformer with card-based combat about the importance of memories. Sorry for not uploading a devlog last week. I've been focusing on Memento's progress, and I didn't have enough footage for a new video, but here we are. There are many new things to talk about, and as always, I'll focus on the most important ones. First of all, I'm overhauling combat, both from a code perspective and a design one. As I have said in my latest video, I scrapped old enemies that could only stay still and shoot projectiles to make new ones from scratch. At the moment I have one new, almost complete enemy with a more complex AI and dynamic attacks. Some attacks are close ranged, others long ranged, and one of them shoots projectiles. Animations and sounds are obviously still a work in progress, but I'm very happy with how battles are turning out. They are more dynamic, fast-paced and less repetitive. I'll try to have them tested by new players as soon as possible. I have also added a new risk versus reward mechanic to make battles more interesting. Dodging attacks at the right moment will fill up a bar over the main character, and if the bar is full at the start of the next player's turn, an additional card will be drawn, making it 3 cards instead of 2. Additionally, a visual feedback happens on well-timed dodges, and on that note, as you may have seen as a post on my social media, Memento is now juiced up with game feel. More slowdown, camera shake and particle effects. Attacks feel way better now. Next up, I finally added an extremely important feature that I've kept postponing for the longest time: additional card effects. I can finally have cards that check for specific conditions and apply extra effects. This is a pretty basic feature in many card games, and I'm so happy that it's finally here. More customization and strategy. Here's some examples that are already working in-game. An attack card that heals the player if it hits the enemy, or one that deals extra damage if the enemy is under a status effect. And yes, enemy status effects are here too. They are pretty basic and need development, but right this moment there's burning, freezing and bleeding. Burning lowers enemy defense but speeds up their attacks, and freezing does the opposite. Bleeding adds a fixed amount of damage at the start of the player turn. Lastly, after a recent playtest with a CHUD UI designer, I polished up the game's UI and made it clearer with many tweaks here and there, most of them regarding player energy. There's still a long way to go, with Memento Vivi being a pretty unique game. Some concepts are harder to teach than others, and at the moment I'm trying to avoid the explicit tutorials in the demo, but I'm positive this will work out. Latest playtests have been very important, because I had the opportunity to analyze my game as a whole, while I was completely focused on making new enemies. Always remember to step back every now and then to look at your project as a whole. And that's all. I hope you enjoyed this devlog. Let me know what you think, if you have any feedback about Memento Vivi and want to see more videos like this one. Thank you for listening, have a good one.